Greetings, you resolute riders. I hope you're doing well. My name is Graham, and welcome to the Crack-A-Pack here on LRRMTG. If you're not following the channel, please consider doing so. Today, we're looking at Throne of Eldraine. We're going on an adventure. This was given to us by Alex at Command Fest Seattle 2019, and I can't wait to go back to one of those again at some point. It would be nice. I mentioned adventure. We're going to start with an adventure card. We got Lonesome Unicorn. Sad unicorn. But maybe unicorn find friend if cast in correct order. 4 and a white for a 3/3 unicorn with vigilance. But if you cast Rider in Need, which is a sorcery, you get a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance. It's a match made in Eldraine. I just like the flavor of that. They're getting more and more direct with the names of counter spells. Like by direct, I mean like jokingly direct. We just had Kaldheim come out when I'm recording this, and there's one called Saw It Coming, right? Which is like, meh. And this, of course, we have Didn't Say Please. One blue counter target spell, and its controller puts the top 3 cards of their library into their graveyard. Just because, you know, the mill deck really needed that extra little bit of help. By the way, I thought Throne of Eldraine was sweet, but in the early days of it on Arena, that mill deck was a real problem. Rimrock Knight, 1 and a red for a 3/1 dwarf knight. Can't block, sad, but it is also a spell. Why am I talking like this? Boulder Rush it's a dwarf the size of a small boulder. It's an instant for a single red mana, and target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. So, you know, that's generally a turn 3, right? Attack with this 2-drop, Boulder Rush, play the Rimrock Knight. It's good times. Shoutouts to the card frame, the sort of the storybook rules box for adventure cards. It's good. I like that a lot. Festive Funeral. I love the flavor of this one. 4 and a black, instant. Target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your graveyard. It's not amazing removal. Sometimes you needed it. Again, I'm talking about draft here. Obviously, no one played this in Constructed, but, you know, sometimes you needed it. But even as we mourn the last, we look to the next with joy. Hopefully my new suitor will bring the cauldron home, says Ayara, first of Lochthwain. So she's just, like, churning through dudes. Like, bring me the cauldron. Yes, I will do that. Narrator, he did not do that. Well, all right. Next man who wants to go die to bring me a cup. Anyway. Tunevale, Tree Folk. Let's pump the brakes on that, Graham. 5 and a green for a 6/5 Tree Folk Druid. And it is also Oaken Boon. 3 and a green, sorcery, adventure, put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. I'm having fun reminding myself the names of the adventure spells, because I generally just completely ignored them. I was like, I'm gonna adventure Tunevale Tree Folk, right? Or like, I'm adventuring the Rimrock Knight. They have names. They have to have names, like mechanically for how the game works. They have to. And they have names. They're printed on the card in words that are right there, but I never read them. But yeah, Oaken Boon was a good one. That goes in the commander deck. Ginger Brute. Artifact creature food golem. Yes. Just this card, every aspect of it, beautiful. His dumb face while he's running out of the kitchen, knocking the pie over on the way out. A 1/1 for 1 with haste, because he's fast. You can pay a mana, and he can't be blocked except creatures with haste, because you got to be at least as fast as the gingerbread man to have hope of catching the gingerbread man. And he's food, so, you know, in a pinch, you can just eat him. Which I guess is a little grim. Which was not meant to be a pun, but that is kind of the whole point of the set. Grim with 2 M's. Next we have Lochthwain Paladin, 3 and a black for a 3/2 human knight with Menace. I don't know if anyone's absolutely sick of us doing that, but we're not going to stop. So if the comments ask me to stop pronouncing it Menache, I will face God and walk backwards into Nyx. We haven't done Theros yet, have we? Maybe we have. Anyway, it also has Adamant, which is if you pay 3 black mana to cast it, at least 3 black mana, then it enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. It's good. That's a good mechanic, and this was fun, and I like it. Witch's Cottage is a swamp that's also a house. Location, location, location. Tap to add black, obviously, because it's a swamp, and that's what it does. That's just reminder text. That's not actually text on the card. You technically don't have to say that. If the land is a swamp, it just does tap for black, but they put it on there because otherwise people like me would forget. It enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 3 or more other swamps, and if it enters untapped, so if you do that, then you get to put a creature card from your graveyard on top of your library. And I like it. I like the Witch's Cottage. It's good. Maraleaf Rider, 1 and a green for a 3/1 Elf Knight, and if you sack a food, target creature blocks Maraleaf Rider this turn if able. So you can sort of cash in a food, which I guess is like a lure in flavor-wise, the flavor of the food. A lot of good flavor in this set. I just want a pork pie. I was playing this set, and it's like a Melton Mowbray pork pie. If you know what that is, that's what I want. Because there's one of the food tokens looks like a Melton Mowbray pie, and you can't get them here anymore because the one place closed because I think the man got too old. And I just got distracted talking about the flavor of the food and the set. This card was fine. What am I talking about? Magic the Gathering. Silver Flame Ritual, 3 and a white for a sorcery. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Yeah, all right. But if you're adamant about it, really adamant, and you pay 3 white mana at least, then the creatures that you control also gain vigilance until end of turn. So, cool. Spectre's Shriek, single black mana. I would not be able to tell you what this card does. If you were like, hey, what's the card Spectre's Shriek do? I would be like, I have no idea. I assume it involves discard, because Spectre, right? That's sort of like in the language of Magic, but in this case. Target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose a non-land card from it. If you do, that player exiles that card. It's not even discard. If a non-black card is exiled this way, exile a card from your hand as well. I don't like that. Go away. Oh, Righteousness is a spell. For a single white mana, an instant target blocking creature gets +7/+7 until end of turn. When you really gotta put up a wall around yourself. Belle of the Brawl, great name. We could barely nickname this card. I don't even think we did nickname this card. It's just the Belle of the Brawl. Love it. 2 and a black for a 3/2 with Menache. And whenever it attacks, other knights you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Do not at me. Our rare, do we have a foil? No, we don't. We have an ad card for Arena, and we have a swamp, and our rare is Giant Killer, as in Jack the. Oh, no. Should have thought about that one before the words came out of my mouth. Hey, it's a single white mana for a 1/2 human peasant, and for 1 and a white, and tap target creature. It's expensive for a tapper, but it's not the worst. But more importantly, it comes with its own adventure, Chop Down, for 2 and a white. An instant, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. It's not bad, Giant Killer. Though I'll say, I don't actually know what my pick necessarily is out of this pack. It's probably Giant Killer, just because, you know, it's rare and it's 2 spells for 1, and it's probably pretty good. Though Belle of the Brawl is also pretty tempting. Value-wise, this pack is, womp. You might be surprised to learn that, at time of recording, the Giant Killer is tied for most expensive card at 25 cents with, can you guess? Lock your answers in now. Witch's Cottage. I don't know exactly why, but hey, if you want a pack worth $1.21, around there, well then this is the pack for you. I don't know. Hey, thanks for joining me on the Crack-A-Pack. This is fun. I'm enjoying doing this. Until next time, a reminder that this show and everything we do is brought to you by you and your kind support of our Patreon, patreon.com/loadingreadyrun, or heck, just subscribe to the channel here. That's free. Appreciate it. Shoutouts to Corey for the edit. We'll talk to you everybody next time.